Expectations equals pressure for athletes. But pressure is a normal part of sports for athletes. In fact, you'd be hard pressed to find athletes who don't talk about the pressure they felt during a game or competition. And as you become more competitive, pressure seems to increase, and for many athletes, that can be an overwhelming aspect of the athletic experience. Athletes respond to pressure in different ways as there are different sources of pressure, and pressure is perceived differently and affects athletes in different ways. Let's explore that. Pressure often comes in the form of expectations you might feel, such as, I have to be perfect and I cannot make mistakes, or I have to perform well for my teammates, or I can't let down the coach or I'll get benched. Now, pressure is self-induced most of the time, where you project your own high standards for your athletic performance onto others. Now, this doesn't mean there isn't any external pressure, as parents, coaches, and fellow teammates can express their demands. But for the purpose of this video, I'm focusing on the pressure athletes put on themselves. Some athletes feel the need to carry their teams on their back, or outperform a previous performance, or always have a PR in a race. Most of this pressure comes from the perception of excessively high expectations. But Leslie, don't high expectations give athletes goals to strive towards and keep them accountable? Well, yes and no. While some form of pressure is good to keep athletes on their toes and focused on the job at hand, the drawback for some athletes is they react by trying to do too much, which leads them to want to be perfect with an avoiding mistakes mentality. Adding on to this drawback includes athletes playing it safe and thus performing tentatively. Pressure is all too often self-inflicted because athletes tend to be focused too much on results. Instead, athletes need to redirect their focus by asking themselves, what do I have to do every day so I can win the game or competition? This separates the athletes who thrive versus those who tend to choke. So here's the deal. It's not about playing it safe. Regardless if it's the regular season, the playoffs, or a championship competition, look within you and answer these questions. What expectations, these high standards, do you place on your performance leading up to a competition? Are they all or nothing expectations? Are they strictly focused on outcomes? Can you put what others think of you or expect of your performance to the side? Are you able or willing to work on redirecting your focus from any distractions to focus on the execution of the game plan, one play at a time? Can you be fully in the moment, regardless of what the scoreboard reads or making mistakes in the game or competition? Now, it's not realistic to heap excessively high expectations upon yourself and perform freely. So you may ask, okay, what is realistic? Developing the ability to stay focused despite discomfort is critical for maintaining peak performance. The key is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay, so how do you do that? By staying focused and composed under both internal and external pressure. Setbacks, failures, and criticism are common in sports, so athletes need to learn how to be comfortable with these uncomfortable realities by using these challenges as opportunities, and in doing so, it strengthens their resiliency. And let's face it, comfort is doing what we know, but athletes need to embrace the discomfort of learning new skills as well as enhancing performance with revised techniques. Every competitive athlete wants to level up their game, regardless of their standing. To reach higher targets requires feeling uncomfortable both physically and mentally to get to that next level. Many competitions are won by those who can endure discomfort longer than their opponents. Let me repeat that. Many competitions are won by those who can endure discomfort longer than their opponents. So building a tolerance for discomfort can provide a significant competitive advantage. Bottom line, redirect your focus on what you can control, which is your mindset. And that includes learning how to be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. If you got value out of today's episode, please consider sending this video by using the share button to someone who might benefit from this message. It's word of mouth referrals like this that can really help the channel grow. And I'd really appreciate if you like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss any of my future videos of free strategies. I also have another video I want you to watch. It's called The Best Mindset for Rematches. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please comment below. Until next time, I'm the Iron Therapist, Leslie Timble, reminding you to keep your mental game on.